Getting everybody a couple of minutes to go ahead and tune in, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, Humble Hustler. We here, y'all. Big O and C Murder, Clark Bay, Rusty Owner, depends on who you know him by. But salute. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We need your eyes and your ears from 5:30 to 6:30. We get ready to turn in. You see the seats, they empty. But we get ready to fill them. Humble Hustler Podcast. Yep, let's get it.
I see my man in the audience, so at the front, what's his name? Going out west.
He cool sometimes.
How about Dyson? How you like Dyson?
Who?
Eric Dyson.
Oh, that's my guy.
Yeah, okay.
That's my guy. Cornell West, and if I ain't mistaken, I think, look it up, I think Cornell West married to a white lady.
Oh, I think he is too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we here. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. Humble Hustler, the podcast. Me and my guy, he coming. Me and my guy. You know what I mean? He got on a new Humble Hustler gig. Wait till y'all see him, y'all.
Yeah.
He got on a new gig. He got on a new web. You know what I mean? You get ready to step on the stage. You know what I mean?
Coming to the stage.
He in uniform today, y'all. Y'all see him here in uniform today. Great minds thinking alike. We got on green, just different kind. He got that Kelly green on, like his Philadelphia Eagles fan. And he should be one. He should trade the Ravens the fuck in. But listen.
We got
man, y'all say that shit every year. Only thing Max Crosby gonna do is be on the avenue blowing that herb. That's what he gonna be doing. Like he did in the locker room when he was up there in Vegas. But thanks for tuning in, everybody, to the Humble Hustler Podcast. We here, we here every Monday from 5:30 to 6:30. We on all social media platforms. We're gonna ask the audience to be quiet. Anybody in the audience that need to make a phone call, go in another room. But anyway, we here every Monday, 5:30 to 6:30. We on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and a full clip drop on YouTube every Monday once we finish it. But it's your man, Big O. And my man.
What's up? Humble Hustlers in the house. Clark Bay's in the house today. I'm Clark Bay. I'm on the conscious mind. I ain't on no ghettoism. I'm on the conscious thinking.
Yeah. And yo, can you do us a favor, bro? You mind leaving the room while you on the phone? Yeah, it is. But he say his bad. Salute.
Yeah.
Recognition is the first step to recovery, but it's better when we self-correct than to have someone else correct us. But with that being said, we're going to move on. Listen, my man is in uniform today. Y'all saying with the Humble Hustler gear on. He was in here. He was in a total violation last week with that motherfucker bullshit permit shit on. And ever since he wore a permit, all the cats, their balls just been dropping.
I had on permit, but I was in a work uniform.
Yeah, he was in work uniform.
When you go to work, you just on anything.
Yeah, tell him what you was
working
with.
I wasn't working today.
Yeah, tell him what you was working on.
I mean, I was working on remodeling apartment.
Right, and tell them about the company you got that remodeled apartment. So promotion.
I got a company called the CLRK Collective. That's a home improvement business that me and my son started, and then also the parenting company. That's the parenting company, but the branch under it is America Keys, where I do all my work out.
Okay, that's home renovations, home improvement projects, property management. If anything we say you have a need for it, my guy's the guy.
You need something done, give me a call.
My guy's the guy.
Hit me on the DM, DL, DO.
Hit him on the DM. We not doing no DLs. Hit him on the DM. Pause. Hit him on like my man Cameron said. Yeah, like my man Cameron said. Pause. Hit him on the DM.
But I know one thing, I ain't gonna do like Mike Jones. I ain't gonna blow up my number 999.
Right. Yeah, my man got the home. We got American Kings, home improvement, property management, home renovations. My man got the Humble Hustler Part 1, the book. He's an author. Right now, he's ready to take the book and metamorphosize. That's change for you guys that don't know what Metamorphosize is, get ready to change the book into a movie. He got part 2, Humble Hustler, coming out. He actually working on that now. He just finalized it. That's the second book. As you can see, he got on the Kelly Green. He up there looking like Jalen Hurt. You know what I mean? With all this Kelly Green on, all he needs is an eagle on his back. You know what I mean?
Never.
It's a bird. I know you just like birds. You know what I mean? You got the eagle color on. You know what I mean? But so he got the book. He got the home improvement company. He got the clothing line and everything. Those are different LLCs, and all of them are under the one major conglomerate, which is CLK. CLRK Collective. Yes, sir. That's him and his son, Jason, nephew. You're making it happen. That's what's up. Putting their heads together, and they gonna get their paper. But you know, we like to talk about current events. We like to talk about topics that we think that are interesting to the audience. Thanks for lending us your eyes and your ears. You could be anywhere. But you're sharing your most valuable commodity, your time, with us. And for that, we appreciate you for doing that. But the topic of the day's podcast is, if you ask somebody not to do something, but they are still personally convicted to actually go through with what you ask them not to do, is that actually disrespect? And after, you know what I mean, we give our opinions on it, toss it around, hear a few comments from the audience. I'll just, we'll share with you the reason why we picked this particular topic. But it's an important, significant personal topic, but it's also a topic that's connected to current events. So the topic for the day, if you ask somebody not to do anything, despite the fact that they might be personally convicted, to still go through with it and actually go through what you ask them not to do, is that a form of disrespect? And we blessed today, to have a few people in the audience. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it up a little bit. Normally we start out, my man, now we give our opinions, and then we let everybody else bounce off of that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pose the question to the person that we're blessed to have in the audience with us today. That's my man, KP.
Hey.
My man, KP. Hey. So, KP, if you ask somebody not to do something and they have a personal conviction to still go through with what you ask them not to do, is that being disrespectful?
Of course it is.
It is?
Of course it is disrespect.
Okay.
Wow. It's almost like not respecting your boundaries.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You're asking them not to do something, and they just ain't in. They doing what they want to do.
But what if they're personally convicted to actually go through with whatever you asking them not to do? It's like they just feel so, they just have such a strong bond or feeling towards whatever that act or behavior is that they just, like, no matter what you say, I just gotta do it. I mean, do you take that into?
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of times they not going to do that to everybody. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I think all those people you name are Clinton.
I don't know. They don't know what we're talking about. Because I didn't even share that with them. I didn't share that with them, though, the audience.
So you didn't share it with them?
No.
My bad.
We wanted to get your opinion on the topic first, and then we was going to connect it to you.
And I say to you again, a lot of times people do that to only certain people. You see what I'm saying? As far as going in and do what they want to do after you ask them not to
do it. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
So for you, it's disrespect because it's like they pointing you out and they doing it to you, when if it was somebody else and they asked them not to do it, more than likely they probably wouldn't have did what that person asked me.
Right.
So that's why you take it as disrespect.
That's why I take it as disrespect. Yes.
Okay. I can see that. I definitely can see that.
So now I listen to what you just said. But to me, because I'm always the yin and the yang, the negative and the positive. But I'm trying to figure out what is the meaning of disrespect before I can see that. Because you got different geographically meanings of disrespect and how people look at disrespect. Right. So if you got to define the word disrespect first before you can consider disrespect, because people might not know they disrespect.
True. That's a great
point.
So, he just asked you the question.
That's a good point.
Yeah. How do you define disrespect?
I can't. That's something I can't elaborate on.
You can't. You can describe disrespect, but you can't define it.
Because I look at disrespect as one way. I understand what Clark's saying, but I look at it as one way. If I ask you as a man, not to do something, and you do it anyway, that's my definition of disrespect.
Not following through with
your request.
With your request, but you asking me because you involved.
Right.
Because I'm involved, I'm asking you to do X, Y, and Z, and if they do A, B, and C, then for you, that's being disrespectful.
Well, who says that's disrespectful?
But from the way we was raised.
But does that mean
if you take a poll?
But does it mean we was raised right? See, I say that because I was brought up on somebody disrespect you or violate your morals or principles, then you supposed to react. But when I reacted on something that I thought was a violation of morals and principles, it cost me 5 years of my life when it really wasn't morals and principles.
Right.
So I was going off something that somebody told me that was this is principles and this is what you're supposed to live by. But I really didn't know if that was what I was supposed to live by.
So I understand what you're saying because I know the incident you're talking about. So looking back, you saying now that really wasn't disrespect?
No, not
okay.
It wasn't a disrespect where I had to go to the streams that I took to the streams.
So let me ask you this question then, because it presents another particular topic. Like, are there degrees to disrespect?
Now that's what I'm saying. Degrees.
I think it is degrees.
So are there degrees to disrespect?
I think there's degrees of disrespect that some you can accept and some you can't accept.
So based on what level you place that particular act on the disrespect chart determines how you deal with it. How you deal with it.
Right. And I think that before I didn't know it was degrees of disrespect. I just thought it was disrespect was all one way.
So everything was just like black and white.
Yeah. So everything was like, if you disrespect, go.
So it's basically like a line down the middle. If you're on this side respectful, if you're on this side disrespectful, and depending upon what side you're in determines how I deal with you.
Right. Okay. So now I know how to compartmentalize them to know that if it's a disrespect to a magnitude that I have to react.
Okay.
Or I could just like you did today, KP, when you got on the book, when you set aside a person.
Yeah.
And the person says something smart to you, and you just ignore it.
I ignore it.
Because, it didn't reach the magnitude of body harm.
Right.
Or threatening your family or your life.
Right.
So if it didn't reach that, then it really...
Right.
It didn't go to the magnitude.
Not responding is a response.
Right.
Sometimes being silent and being quiet is the appropriate response.
Yeah.
Like, no, real talk. Sometimes not saying anything is a response.
Yeah.
Just like when a person asks you a question, and it's like a yes or no question, and you don't answer it, 9 times out of 10 the answer to that question is no.
Can I say this real quick?
I thought they said silence, if you're in silence, you're in agreement.
Not if a person asks you a question, they say yes or no. Silence and agreement is when they ask you a rhetorical question.
Let me ask you this though. That thing I told y'all today about church, when I was asked why I didn't come.
Disrespectful.
That's disrespectful. Okay.
Yeah. But it goes to his point. It goes to his point about degrees. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Go to the point of degrees of disrespect. Mm-hmm. It's disrespectful, but it's not a class A disrespectful. That's what I'm saying.
Right. And then it was the person. You got to be taking account the person also.
Right.
When we talking about disrespect, because I was going to go there, but since we did, we can go ahead and connect it. Oftentimes, how we actually behave or react to someone's disrespect, the degree that it was, and the person that it originated from as well.
Because you might tolerate something from me that you wouldn't tolerate from somebody else.
Right.
because of the friendship we had.
Right.
But an ordinary stranger or somebody just come up and disrespect you, of course you're gonna jump right all on it. But if I came up and said the same thing, you like, hey, he said the same thing.
Yeah.
But that's different.
It's different.
And you might look at him like, yo, the fuck you on today?
Yeah, it's different.
You know what I'm saying? It might not even offend you. And you might even be more concerned. Like, damn, yo, you having a bad day today. What's going on? When it might have been a stranger, you ain't worried about whether they having a bad day. And I'm like, yo, what's on your mind? But it'd be a whole nother.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? It'd be a whole nother what's on your mind. If you understand what I'm saying.
So on a serious note, a class A disrespect is like a smack or something.
A smack.
Yeah,
threatening your life, threatening your family members, your kids, took your money. That's a class A.
Class A. Yeah.
Right. So basically, what we learned, because we both had learned it, both came out the same environments as you, all three of us, as you, is that instead of it being a line down the middle of the road, disrespect and respect is actually a ladder with rungs that determine the degree of disrespect. And if you class A at the top of the rung, at the top of the ladder, then you get dealt with. But if you class Z at the bottom of the ladder, I might just not even pay you any attention.
I'm gonna laugh it off.
I might just ignore you. I might just act like I ain't even hear what you just said.
So because words are powerful. So certain words gonna trigger certain actions anyway.
Right. Well, they're gonna trigger certain feelings.
Yeah, and certain reactions gonna turn on this. It turns on something within the person.
Right.
If you say certain things or certain words, it turns automatic. A mechanism goes off in your head. Like he just said what?
Right.
He just did who?
Right.
And so once you learn how to control them, where you can turn them down, you say, "Damn, he just disrespect me." But I'm just gonna let that one go. Then you know you're maturing.
That's the feelings. And you know what we always say about feelings. Feelings are meant to be felt. They're not meant to be utilized in decision making.
Because one bad decision or one bad choice based on your perception of disrespect can cost you your life, somebody else's life, or can cost you in prison forever.
And you're a classic example of that. You just gave an example of that. Like, I mean, granted it wasn't life, and granted, you know what I mean, but you got a sentence of 5 years. And now in retrospect, that's why they say hindsight is 20/20. We're able to see all of the factors. And when looking at all of the factors, same situation, nothing changed, you would do something different today than what you did then.
Right.
And that comes from a level of maturity, that comes from a level of growth, and it comes from change. Nothing stays the same.
Yogi said KP has defined what disrespect is. The fact that there is levels is an acknowledgement of growth.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the comment, Yogi. Thanks for the support. Thanks for tuning in. Ramadan Mubarak. Appreciate your comments, man.
So when do you get into a position where you learn that there's levels of maturity that you have to be able to distinguish when disrespect and when it's not disrespect?
You said when did that happen for me?
I'm saying when did a person get to that level?
When do they get to that level?
Some people don't know reach that level.
Some people don't, but I guess what helped me get to that level was, and I can only speak from my own personal experiences, was I got taught of the tough consequences. No, honestly, I got taught of the consequences that I kept finding myself under. And when I evaluate, like, dang, well, how did I wind up here? And I evaluated, there was something along the line where I could have did something different. Where I made a right, I could have went left. When I went left, I could have went right.
I should have.
Right,
I could have.
Right, and so basically that was a good point. So basically my growth and my development, I saw that when I start removing the shoulda, coulda, woulda, and I start actually doing the things in real time that I said that I shoulda, coulda, woulda did past tense. So for me, the ability to be able to see things in hindsight before it happened, it was the trick for me. So when things happen and when we look back at it, we evaluate it, we can like, okay, that's where it went left at, right? And it's easy for us to see that because we got everything has already been laid out. Everything has already happened. So you can say, oh, okay, I could have did this different, or I could have went here. But now, I try to do that now. So instead of me having hindsight, I try to have foresight. Meaning that I may not have all of the factors, but I utilized one of our previous podcasts, critical thinking, emotional maturity, and emotional intelligence, to be able to see where in hindsight it might be 10 factors and I can see where I went wrong. Foresight is only having 2 or 3 factors and being able to predict.
Where you at? You should have came.
Being able to predict.
D-Train.
Being able to predict what happened before it happened. And so that's why I find myself in the situations that I am in now that are far more conducive and better than the situation I find myself in my youth.
Right. See, now when it started like when I was in confined in themselves and just reading. Knowledge is the key. See, once you read and understand what's going on and make your brain realize that there's different choices, there's different situations, then like I always tell you, KP, that your brain is the strongest part of your body. You can't let your brain control you, you gotta control your brain. And so once I learned how to stop a second and think before I react, then I can control what my decisions be, whether it's disrespect or not. But if you can't control that, you just gonna go. Like when I was younger, I just was on go. I didn't want to make a decision. My decision was, you did what? You got to go.
So you was TTG before TTG?
Yeah, I was trained to go before they were trained to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can vouch for that.
Okay. We ain't asking you for vouch for nothing, bro.
But I'm giving it.
No, we all vouch for ourselves right now. I'm trying to escape. But now, the reason why we chose this particular topic today, we discussed it, is because unless you've been living under a rock and you don't watch the news, recently Reverend Jesse Jackson died. And last week they had his funeral. And at his funeral, prior to the funeral, Jesse Jackson Jr., which is his son, he made an announcement. And basically in an announcement, Jesse Jackson's son said, like, we have invited people from all different walks of life to my dad's funeral, Jesse Jackson. We all know he was a Democrat. So basically what his son was saying was, we invited Democrats as well as Republicans, liberals as well as conservatives, white as well as black. And so basically what he was announcing was that there will be a congregation of people with significantly different views. And not to offend anyone, he asked all the speakers not to give any political speeches. Not to give any political speeches. Not to put politics, at
the core front of you.
Yeah. And so the reason why we chose this particular topic, because it was a good topic, disrespect, how you define disrespect, how you deal with disrespect, but it also connected the podcast to a current event. And so Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, CIA agent Al Sharpton, and Maxine Waters. All of them, for the most part, have a sort of kind of liberal democratic view. And what they did was, when they got up there to speak at Jesse Jackson's funeral, was the direct opposite of what his son asked the speakers not to do, not to make their speech theme be anything political. And they went up there and made for the most part, everything they said political. They basically gave speeches for midterm elections. For, despite the fact that they're not running for office, they're still supporting and involved in democratic principles or democratic candidates. And so I thought that it was very disrespectful that those people got up there and made those political commentaries and speeches when the man's father asked him not to do that. And that was the reason how we came up with the topic today, that if you ask somebody not to do something and they still do it despite their own personal convictions, do we consider it disrespectful? So, with that being said, I certainly consider all 6 of those people to have been disrespectful. In fact, Al Sharpton shouldn't even been, he should have been up there, CIA agent. Shit, they said Jesse was a CIA agent, so it was okay for him to be up there. What was your thoughts on that, though?
The funny thing to me about that is like, human nature is like, whenever a person get a platform, they use it for their own personal benefit or gains. Mm-hmm. Now, we all know that the Democrats or somebody or them is using it for their platform to get their message across to the people they need to get their message across. Even though you told me not to do that, but they're saying I'm the ticket and he's just the cause of being why I'm here, but I'm gonna use this platform to further my agenda.
Right.
And so that's why I say when you look at disrespect, what is disrespect? Every human do that. Every human use a platform they get it to use it for the benefit them, for the better of them.
No.
Yeah.
That's your opinion.
It's my opinion.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So I didn't actually agree or disagree. I'm just saying that that's what people do as in general. They use the platform.
You doing on the podcast?
Yeah, to further my agenda.
Okay.
And the further my agenda is to put the Humble Hustle logo up front and to make it moving. So the podcast is furthering my agenda for my works. I don't get no money off the podcast.
Me.
So what I have to further my agenda to make myself or our entity come to light so we can eat. But if I don't do that, and we don't get a podcast to talk about Humble Hustle or doing what we're doing, we just doing it for the sake.
I can see that,
but if you want me to lie, I'll tell you a lie. You don't want me to lie. I don't got one, but I'll tell you.
If you gonna lie, we don't even want you up here.
Okay,
we don't even want you in front.
So you asked me a question.
We don't even want you in the chair. You gonna lie?
You asked me a question, and I gave you my answer.
Yeah, I can see that. I didn't even see that at first. I can see that, but I don't always use the platform to promote an agenda.
Did you promote Medicaid?
No, not when I be on. You probably. You name a podcast when I say anything about a Medicaid, and if you ain't say nothing about it, they probably wouldn't know anything about Medicaid. You've never heard me say anything about Medicaid. You heard Ms. V.
I just asked you a question.
You heard Ms. V mention it, and I answered her questions, but you've never heard me initiate anything about Medicaid. You never heard me talk about anything that I do on here, except for the nonprofit.
That was just yes or no question.
It wasn't. That's how I chose to answer.
Okay.
You can answer it the way you want to answer it. That's how I chose to answer it. Mm-hmm. But no.
Okay.
No, I never talk about Medicaid on here. Mm-hmm. And I challenge you to pull apart because all of them, the full clips are on YouTube. I challenge you to go look at them.
Somebody pull the clips up for me, please.
Somebody pull them up. I initiated a conversation about Medicaid. Somebody please pull it up.
And bring it to my attention.
Please pull it up. They ain't gonna pull it up.
And if somebody pull it up and show me where initiated that he had a Medicare, he's a Medicare consultant, and he did XYZ.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a Humble Hustle sweatshirt.
Yeah, pull it up. Matter of fact, you get two.
Since he's saying it ain't happened, y'all do the research, go back and look in there. And I'm gonna bring a Humble Hustle sweatshirt to you.
Matter of fact, you're gonna get two, because I'm gonna give you one too. You go in all them podcasts and you look and you see if I initiate any conversation about Medicaid.
What do you mean by initiate?
Me, I brought up that I do Medicaid.
You see how you get hyped?
No, because you saying what
I'm just asking what you
everybody know what initiate
is. We trying to make ground rules. That's all we trying to do.
No, that's why I said initiate, because you're gonna change it.
No, I'm saying
initiate. I've never initiate anything about anything that I do outside of the nonprofit and the Humble Hustler on the podcast. I've never done it because I've intentionally did that for a reason. Intentionally.
Oh, okay.
So I know you can't find
I'm not disputing what you said.
Matter of fact, if you telling somebody else to do it, you go in there and look and find me all on YouTube. You look and find it. You find one on there. You ain't gonna find nothing on me saying nothing about I started doing nothing with Medicaid. And now people gonna ask you what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, I didn't even put my flyer on Humble Hustler podcast, Humble Hustler, nothing Humble Hustler, none of social media.
I didn't mean to strike a nerve.
No, you ain't strike a nerve.
I didn't
You ain't strike no nerve.
I just was asking.
I just was letting you know you ain't know what you was talking about.
I just trying to ask a question.
I was letting you know you ain't know what you was talking about.
I mean, I ain't saying you did. I never said you did. I just asked a question.
So I
and then you went.
I asked,
Boom!
no,
I just asked a question.
I
You asked me a question. I said,
right.
yeah, and answered why.
And when
I asked you a question, you say, no, and I ain't.
But when I ask you a question, you be like, but that's your opinion though. So that's when you be doing that.
Oh.
So that's when I hit a nerve. You be like, but that's your
You
opinion.
talking about today though. You ain't talking about yesterday.
You just did it today.
I just said my opinion is my opinion.
KP, you ain't do that today. You right here. I'm so glad you be. Yo, you awesome. I love it when you be around. Yeah. But you know that's good advice. So, what one of the comments on this said?
My man said, yeah, you said that. Nah, I'm just joking.
That must have been Stone Bluff ass, yo.
No, that was Big Head. Big Head. LT Big Head.
Oh, all right.
What's up, Big Head? No, we just said what's up, y'all. See y'all. No, man, we just shouting out, man. We doing what we doing.
Yeah.
You know, agree to disagree.
We agree, we disagree, and we fight. We do all three.
Yeah.
We do all three. And listen, if you be around somebody as much as we be around each other, and y'all don't disagree and fight, and every now and then agree, something wrong with y'all friendship. Something wrong with that picture. Three things should always happen in a friendship. You should agree, you should disagree, and then you should fight every now and then because you really disagree.
Now, Keith said, why you don't want to promote?
Huh?
Keith said, why you don't want to promote?
But they two separate things.
Okay.
They two separate things.
And Yogi said that was hard as being that is the real and which they are connected to their speakers use the platform for speak for.
Huh?
He said something about that was hard for them to use the platform, for them to use that for their speaking engagement.
But that's no. I think. Hey, Yogi, send us another comment. You sound like you were speaking for Safe Streets. We couldn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah.
And then it looked like you went to Doug. The words was misspelled and everything. So send a comment again so we can ask, so we can respond. We can expound on that comment. But it gotta be something that we can fucking understand, man.
Let me see. It says that was a hard ask, being that it is a real in which they're connected to, within the realm they're connected to. To those speakers use that platform to speak their views, and they were stopped when the first one was wrong for doing it. Disrespect is individually decided, and the reaction is usually based on each individual defined and level.
Appreciate that book, Yogi. You actually clarified everything that you messed up in the first comment. But so let me ask you a question, Yogi. Was it disrespectful for them people to talk about political stuff when the man's son asked them not to do it? That's what the topic is. Was it disrespectful?
I think it was disrespectful, and I think after the first speaker came up and was talking about politicians or political in the political realm, rims of the funeral, then the son should have came up there and said, no disrespect, please, if you come on the podium, do not talk politics at my father's funeral, because we already has made the guidelines or the rules, so if you do, I'm gonna cut you off. That would stop all of it. Because one thing about people in general, you gotta pound it in people's head. You can't just tell them, you gotta keep pounding and pounding and pounding, because people hear you, but they are here really gonna kick tripping with me.
Because they got their own agenda.
Because they got their own agenda.
So that's actually where I was going to when we brought this up and we was connecting it to the current events, when we were talking about disrespect. the disrespect for the most part comes from the lack of a person being able to sacrifice themselves.
Right.
So they had an agenda, right? And because they didn't want to sacrifice their agenda and adopt Jesse Jackson Jr.'s son's agenda, which is that this is going to be a neutral event, that they went on and stood up in front of that microphone and was selfish.
Yogi, my glasses is clean. What you mean ain't your fault? Glasses ain't clean.
Listen. Not only is they clean, but they Cartiers. They cost a couple dollars. He definitely can see him because I can see in mine. Nah, bruh, you went to Doug and you misspelled some things, man. Or your Wi-Fi might not be working and you use every other word, so that's why I don't even understand the comment. But we appreciate the book that you came back with and you explained everything precisely. Thank you. Salute.
Keith said, what do you think Jesse would have wanted?
I think that, first of all, let me just say, first and foremost, it don't matter what Jesse wanted, but I'm gonna answer your question. It don't matter what Jesse wanted because Jesse was dead. And the person that was the person that was in charge.
He said would have wanted.
No, I'm asking. I'm gonna answer. The person that was in charge, that's why I said it didn't matter what Jesse wanted because Jesse was dead. The person that was in charge was the son. And see, again, that's the inability to sacrifice your own personal agenda. Now, you're going to justify it with, well, I understood what his son said, but I think Jesse would have wanted me to do this. We don't know that for real. We don't know that. But for me, I think Jesse would have wanted them to follow the directions of his son. That's what I think.
I think you should have followed the directions of the son anyway, because the son is putting on the platform for you to speak.
Right.
He give you respect so you can show respect to his father.
Right.
And to talk political at a time like that, to me, is disrespectful.
Well, it's disrespectful to me because one, he asked them not to do it, and two, they could not sacrifice their own personal agenda when that event was not about them. That event was not about politics. That event was an event to celebrate a person's life. So what you do at those events, you get up there and you talk about what made that person important and significant enough to you for you to actually take time out your day and come speak at that firm. That's what it should have been focused on, not no politics.
And I think that's a class of B felony in disrespect. It's not, it don't be to A, but it's almost an A because of the situation and the circumstances. Because circumstances and situation cause conditions also. And what I mean by that is, it wasn't the time. So if I ask you, that's like if I come to you and say, and you joking with me, and I say, yo, it ain't the time. It's not right now. Even though me and you joke.
Right.
And you say, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Right.
Go home.
Right.
Like, and keep joking with me.
Right.
And I just ask you nicely, yo, hey man, it ain't the time.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But people tend to keep going on and on, which raise the disrespect level from a minor disrespect to a major disrespect.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Because you know why it's a good one? Because I'm guilty of it.
Very guilty of it.
I'm guilty of it.
A person tell old quick, man, not to get old, and he ain't trying to hear it.
I'm guilty of it. And the reason why I identify with what occurred at Jesse Jackson funeral being disrespect, because that's disrespectful. Because in those instances, I had the inability to sacrifice my own personal agenda, to laugh, to joke, and have fun. You know what I mean? And I even thought that this might even be what the person needed when they said that, no, I ain't for it today. So whether I thought it's what they needed, and whether it was what they needed or not, I should have respected their wishes and not joke with them, because it's always somebody else to joke around. So I ain't have to center it on them. I could have settled it on somebody else.
Because you don't know what the people's going through.
Right.
And so when they ask you politely, they don't want to take it out on you.
Mm-hmm.
But now you keep on joking me, I'm trying to take it out on you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and we look at it like, man, you can't tell me what to say. You played with me yesterday. But all times they don't like it. Today we will, tomorrow we will not.
What I did yesterday?
Now I'm just saying in general. You know what I mean? Like, you might have played with me yesterday. I might have been playing with you yesterday, and we might have been lying gagging. But tomorrow, you come to play me, and I ain't feel like. The first thing you gonna say is, man, that punk motherfucker, man, now he don't want to play.
Who said that?
You.
Get the fuck out of here.
You just did that a minute. Not to me, I'm just saying in general. I'm talking about in general to a general situation, because it's plenty of times I've seen KP come around and he don't feel like playing. And you were like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. But should have stayed in the house.
I don't think KP was be a good example.
Why? Why?
Because KP say out his own mouth. That's the exact reason. He like, yo, I need me. He
Sometimes.
said, hold on for a moment. That's why. Now you got a good point. But KP is not a good example of that point. Because KP has specifically said to me that I come out specifically for that.
Sometimes.
No.
And sometimes
And he said, well, and there you go. He can say, he can test to himself. And he's told me out his own mouth that when I be looking like that, I really need that from you. So KP is not a good example of that. Now you all wanted something, but KP is just not a good example of that.
I'm gonna say this: some people can't take it.
Right.
You know, it was days I didn't feel like it, but it started making me come around. Yeah, I mean, when I was going through, so it helped me in the long run.
Because
a lot of people
let's get it understanding, because you was depressed.
Right.
So sometimes the jokes brought you out of depression.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that I didn't want to give him half of the story.
Because it was something that I didn't have fun. I never told you.
He told.
No, I'm saying I didn't want to get the audience half the story.
Right.
What the fuck is y'all talking about? We talking about sometimes KP make
Right.
and you're depressed and Obi playing with him. Right. And sometimes I feel like he shouldn't be playing at the time, but it helps us sometimes, and sometimes you don't.
Sometimes don't. Some people slit their wrists over shit like that. Right. So it's a fine line.
But then we didn't have private conversations. That's why I said that you wanted something, but KP wasn't a good example. Because we did have private conversations, and he was like, you know what, yo, when he footage shit when I first came down here,
well, I'm gonna tell you, be disrespecting me.
I'm so glad. Man, nobody be disrespecting you. Man, you turn man, lay down. Stop it, boy.
So, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying in general, though, but it's like, it's degrees in it, and it depends on the person, the situation, the time, like I said, the conditions.
I think I do get a minor violation. I think you feel like that when I might be joking about religion. I think you think that's a minor violation, and so that's why I don't joke with you about it no more.
No, I don't think joking about religion is a minor violation. I think that's kind of like a major violation.
All right, well, I ain't about well, that's you, because I got some homeboys that don't consider it a major violation, and I got some homeboys that they wouldn't let nobody else joke with them about their religion at all.
But that's why I say it depends on the person.
I got some homeboys like. I done seen them.
Because some of the shit you be saying.
I done said it to them.
Some of the shit you be saying to be way overboard. I just laugh it off and keep going. But
like what? Give me an example.
I mean, like
just give me an example.
In the barbershop talking about the dudes making salad over there with the rug, with the dog rug and all that.
I had to be quite honest with you, and you probably not even gonna believe me. You probably not even gonna believe this. What? But I didn't even know that was a dog rug. I didn't even see the dog over there until, and they're like, dang, I'm saying make prayer on the dog rug. Then that's when I was like, oh, and then I just went on with it, kept on going with it. But when I initially said, yo, you can make prayer right there, I was just saying that because it was a rug right there against the wall. I didn't even notice the dog bowl, the water bowl and all. I didn't even notice that at first until after. They're like, yo, saying make prayer right there with the dog and all that. That's when I say the dog bowl and shit. But when I initially said, yo, you can make prayer right there, I said that because that was the only place where rag was at.
But it was disrespectful. But I didn't go on because I know you could say one thing and trigger another thing and another thing and another thing. So I just left it alone, hoping that you would leave it alone. You was talking to Dave.
It was Dave.
You was talking to Dave. You was talking Yogi. You was talking to a
Oh yeah, it was Dave. No, it was
you
Yogi.
you was in there with Pride. Pride said, "Come on, old man, you disrespecting."
Probably went up front.
Yeah, but because you said you was disrespecting.
Man, I ain't saying, man, listen, another bad example.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
We're talking about disrespect.
I say you have a good point. You have a good point with that. And in fact, I've admitted myself. But KP and Pride, KP, for example, Pride, no. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna tell me stop doing nothing if I ain't seen you with nothing, no musk, nothing. You can say I can't call you, I'm not calling you a Muslim, but you ain't gonna stop me from joking. You not gonna stop me because you're not even serious about it. So you're not gonna stop me and try to make me be serious about something you're not serious about. So no, Pride, no. Vito, yeah. Vito, yeah. Somebody that Lou, because Lou said to me too, like, damn, you can't do that. All right. I don't joke about his religion no more. Pride, no, fuck out of my face. I'm not paying no mind about no religion.
You see? Now what did Pride say? Man, he was
disrespecting
and I'm going to another level, that takes to another level.
Well, he disrespected now. Because the shit he do, that shit phony. So he get back with the fuck he get out. He give up. And that's my opinion. And I hope you watching it. And I hope you watching it.
I can't say no.
Because I ain't getting no haircuts from you, no motherfucker boy anyway. Fuck out of here. I don't like how you treat people since he brought it up. We'll talk about disrespect.
Oh my gosh. But, you know, as like we were saying, there's certain things that trigger certain situations. And we don't promote disrespect.
No, not at all.
Or not respecting people. Opinions and ideas.
Right.
And definitely not their religion. I don't. And he don't even.
Nah.
If he respect.
I go overboard sometimes, but no, I definitely have a level of respect. Not just for personal religion, but for people in general. Right. And you know, that's one of the you know, all jokes aside, but that's one of the downsides to actually like joking in comedy is that, you know, oftentimes it go too far. That's why you can't joke and play with everybody.
That's why Yogi said comedy is art. Or comedy is his art.
Yeah.
He said you.
Appreciate it. I'm glad you recognize it, Yogi. Man, hey, you gaining, hey, you need to watch the podcast more often, man. As the podcast go on, you gaining more and more points, bro. we know the old will come around and joke anyway, and so we just say it's over. Yeah, but
so we don't take it offensive. That's why I say that certain people can be at a level of disrespect that don't rise to the magnitude I want to do something to them. Mm-hmm. We just laugh it off and then say that's all. We keep on going.
Mm-hmm. But I do recognize that that you can't joke with everybody the same way. You know what I mean? Because I know I joke with you. We'd be some other people. You be like, ain't nowhere in the world you would have took that. I already know it. But that's probably like anybody that I really rock with, chop it up with. Probably the shit that I joke with them about, probably couldn't nobody else joke with them about that.
Right.
That's really a result of our relationship, to be quite honest with you. Because for real, if I really rock with you, I ain't even really saying much to you.
So what do you consider Clint just walking in a level of disrespect is?
My man Clint Mode, the podcast today, that we just let you hear. We're gonna go ahead and let you participate and join in on the podcast. But what do you consider disrespect? So if you ask somebody not to do something and they continue to do it anyway, their personal convictions, do you consider that disrespect, and how would you deal with it? And let me just give you an example of how we came up with it. Jesse Jackson had his funeral, he died. Jesse Jackson's son asked all the speakers not to speak about anything political. Mm-hmm. Just give a neutral speak, because we got all different kind of people in here. We don't want to offend anybody. This is not a political agenda. Mm-hmm. And 6 people with Democratic backgrounds got up there and gave political speeches. Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Bill Clinton, CIA agent Al Sharpton, and Maxine Waters. All of them got up there and gave a speech that had some kind of political tint on it, because you know the midterm elections is coming up. And so we asking you Would you consider that disrespect? And how would you handle that type of disrespect?
In that setting, it shouldn't have been about that. They was having fun.
Right.
It shouldn't have been about that. It should have been about the man,
right,
the person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shouldn't have been nothing about no politics, no none of that.
Okay.
So I feel as though that was wrong.
There we go. Oh, so we agree on that for the most part. Everybody agree that it was disrespectful.
Before I go back to you, Keith said he advertising. He got yummy food truck. I think that was funny, so I
He got yummy food truck.
Yeah, because
tell us what you got on the food truck. Comment, put in the comment what you got on the food truck and advertise.
And classic acquisition. So in other words, he's saying he gonna use it to promote his. So
okay.
But anyway, we was talking about the level of disrespect because I told him sometime, like before, we might joke with a person, they might not feel like being joked with, and you might say, man, I don't feel like it right now. But we say, man, fuck you then. Well, I'm gonna joke with you anyway. That raises from one level of disrespect to a higher level of disrespect because you asked them not to joke with you, and they continue to do it. Yeah, but you was playing with me yesterday.
Yeah, I also look at it that way too because when people joke, I say, all right, go ahead, do you, but don't get mad when I do it.
Right, but they don't get mad.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I let them know. I don't care if you get mad because I don't get mad when you do it.
You see?
Yeah.
But then when you ready to do it, he might not feel like it. Somebody might have a crisis in his life. But you're not trying to hear it.
I understand that part if you got something going on.
But you never know that. Yeah. I just tell you I don't feel like joking today. I don't feel like joking today. And you like, not what? Not you just got out of it yesterday.
See, it's something different. See, I can understand if a person say they don't feel like it, but when you play with me and then I play with you back, you can't get mad. But I understand when you're telling me that it's not a good time.
Right.
So I can respect that part.
So guess who you use as an example of?
Oh, KP.
I knew KP.
And now
got mad with me.
Exactly. That's what I said.
He started. He got mad with me and then made it seem like I was the bad guy. I told you something and I was the bad, but not saying he the one started it. When I told him, just don't get mad when I play. Right. You can get out all you want. Don't get mad when I play.
Now you see
and the situation came, and then he wanted to play with you. He didn't want to play.
No, he didn't. He said it's cool. No, that's what he said. Everything cool. Yeah, we laughing and joking. He went to clock and said that I was picking on him. That was bothering me. But everything was cool when we was messing with him. He said, "Oh, that's cool. Yeah."
But that's what I tell y'all about the level of respect.
Yeah.
When to play, when to know when to play.
But he never said he was out having because we wanted to get something to eat and all. We've been around each other the whole day.
I wasn't even me then.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was another person. So you can't use. I always say we can't use KP in a scenario like.
And then what y'all was talking about the split with the shit was. I feel as though because the TV cameras was on, they all did that because the TV cameras on, and they needed. That was the only way they could get.
They was furthering their agenda. They're using that as a platform.
Serve their agenda. Because what's going on out here with Donald Trump and his boys,
they're not gonna get nothing out.
That's the only time they can get what they can get in.
So you think that was right?
No, I still think it was wrong, but I knew what the reason why they done it.
Yeah. Well, we know why they did it, but at the end of the day, the point I was trying to make, and why we brought the topic up is that they shouldn't have did it, and we had to be a little more empathetic to our fellow man,
to the conditions and circumstances.
Just to our fellow man, we gotta be a little more empathetic because that's what prevents us from actually sacrificing our own personal agenda. Me, my personal agenda, I like to laugh and joke. That's how I get through my day. So what prevents me from actually sacrificing my personal agenda is that at that particular moment, not that I'm not empathetic, but at that particular moment, I'm not being empathetic.
Like some people, you're not going to play with, some people I'm not going to play with, because y'all don't have that rapport, so you don't have that relation. So that's how it is. Some people you just ignore, like, man, that ain't
passion.
Yeah, that ain't.
I'm not even gonna feed into it.
That ain't for me.
That's what I'm telling you about the level of respect. Because certain things a person can say, it don't equate to me really responding to it. It's just like,
You know how somebody try to play the crowd. And you're like, man, I ain't no mind because he ain't man. Because we don't play with each other.
Right.
So.
Right.
Gotcha.
I know exactly what you're saying because I do that a lot. Like people will think when they see me if they don't know me, they think I play with everybody, but I don't.
See, I don't play it off. I quit school because they had recess. So I don't play it off. They try to send me in school.
Have a level of understanding with each other. You know,
I'm sure y'all all the time.
Laughing and joking is different from actually playing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I get you.
Laughing and joking. Like man, you make everybody laugh and joke.
But we not playing, we dead serious.
With playing is something different.
Yeah. But
so when y'all see me, you know, I ain't a playing type of guy. You know.
Now, like me, I do, but I don't play that physical contact. Don't touch me.
Like I don't care what a person say to me, because I know when it's my turn to say something back, just don't get mad.
Right.
Because I know when I jump on you ain't gonna you
right.
just gonna laugh, you gonna laugh, but I don't mean no malice laugh. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what people get mixed up with me.
I don't mean I'm coming at you because I don't like you. No, that ain't the case. I'm laughing because you laugh with me. You joke with me. You joke at me, so I'm joking back at you.
Right. I don't even have my whole everybody that know me know what my agenda is every day.
Because that's the type of mood I am in.
All I want to do is laugh and joke and have a good time.
It's smoke.
And smoke. Laugh, joke, and smoke.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm telling the man business though. Man don't smoke.
Man, this is like the third time you done told the people that. And if you think about it, you've never heard me say anything about smoke on a podcast.
Sometimes some people.
It's like you never heard me say anything about Medicaid or some things I don't say on the podcast.
Sometimes some people may be in a slump or being down and up, and you know might not. And somebody might say something that get them out.
That's KP.
That's what we just said.
That's like he was using the example. Like I play a lot. He was like use KP. I said, well, you can't use KP really because sometimes KP come down a little depressed and he be looking for that. Mm-hmm. He be looking for something to pull him out the dredges. And see, because we had personal conversations, I know that. Now the religious part, when I get on him, when I start talking about
y'all talking about church or something different.
See, that's why I think yes, people are better than any other race because what we can adapt to.
right.
I don't think Europeans can adapt to the things that we adapt to.
No, well, we know it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not going to hold that.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. No, tell me, did you ever lose a job before?
Yeah.
All right, did you go up on the 70th floor and jump out the window?
No, I'm still here.
Right, but guess what?
I looked at it like, I lost my job.
I found another.
It's another door right there.
There we go. Now, we know the ones on the other side that come out them mountains, who hair real thin, their nose is acting like an eagle, and their lips are real thin, and they are devoid of color, and their butts are real small, but they go get the BBLs.
Yeah.
All the things that they say about us that they don't like, they go run and try to attach it to themselves. Them people, they're the ones that jump out that 70th floor when they lose their job.
Or go shoot up the whole building.
Or go shoot up the whole building. So you're right. A lot of the stuff that we have endured, and what's our word for the year?
Okay,
That's crazy. So I know you ain't been using resilience. Resilience.
but look at this right here though.
Go ahead, look at it.
Yo say I follow the rules of the game and I know my personnel. So I said I ain't want to tell old that because that's his favorite shit.
Yeah, I know my personnel. I do.
See, that's something different.
I know, but like with KP, I can joke with KP about anything. And I can even joke with him about religion. But there's certain things that I touch on, I could tell from his response, no, that wasn't a good look.
Come on up here, Don.
I can tell that wasn't a good look.
Come on up here. Because we gotta bring you up on the stage.
I'm supposed to bring me up on this
You heard?
Yeah.
Who introduce yourself and tell us next Monday you're gonna be around.
Okay, that sounds all right. How y'all doing? The real queen in the house today.
The African queens only, snow bunnies never.
How y'all doing? This is the humble hustle crew. That's how we do around these towns.
Yes,
This is
sir.
Sister the Humble Hustlers.
Yeah,
Real
listen.
one around here.
Yes, she is. She got a lot of
Keep
followers.
nothing but the truth.
She got a lot of followers on Big O. We need all them to jump on.
So she'll be on next Monday at 5:30. So y'all tune in.
We're gonna bring her on next Monday.
I don't know what type of subject y'all.
It don't matter.
We're gonna make one.
You ain't never been quiet in your life, so it don't
I'll
matter.
give it to you real narcotics.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Yes. No, that's right. I'm down here visiting my bros, you know.
See, now I'm
Trying to
hustling
get a
well.
little support around here. The nigga Clinton up here, he need tummy stuff.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's sis, yo.
You heard?
D-Train.
Let me finish.
D-Train the son. Donnie the other.
Yes, I did.
So I didn't have to say anything.
That's the
else.
homegirl.
But
She's
stuff
coming
took
in.
20 years.
I didn't know that.
Man, that's the home girl. That's like a home
I
boy.
called them. I'm like, wait,
Real
what's
shit.
up?
When you
We
sit
discuss
there-
anything with her.
No.
And we'll get an answer. For
I
sure.
was
You
sitting
heard
out,
me.
and then I came in. I was
So we
sitting
about
outside.
to tune off. We're glad y'all came in tonight. And gave your eyes and your ears.
Yeah, we're glad everybody tuned in.
We on every platform.
So we on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all the full clips drop on YouTube. We only live on TikTok and Instagram right now. We live on Facebook as well. But we need like 13 more subscribers on the YouTube channel so we can go live on the YouTube. Then we'll go live on all 4 platforms at one time. You know, we really appreciate you guys lending us your eyes and your ears. You came with an open mind, an open heart. You shared your ideas, your thoughts, and your opinions. We open for constructive criticism. We open for topic suggestions. And we just really appreciate everybody just tuning in.
And I want to show y'all the new question before I tune off. So now you see it. New gear.
Yeah, he took y'all over there by the trash bag window.
Yeah, I took him over here for.
I don't know why he went that side. He could have went to the other side.
Because you can see.
Yeah, walk all the way around so you can see the
I'm saying
wall.
we in the warehouse. We don't care. We ain't perpetrating. This is what we working with.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
all the way around.
All the way around. That's what we working with.
There we go. That's what we
So
work with.
why perpetrate? That's what we working with.
No, we ain't
I
keep
keep
that
it
word
real.
out. We don't need no perpetrator.
I keep it real.
No, we just put our best foot forward. It ain't
So-
got nothing to do with perpetrator.
So here we go. Humble Hustle sweatsuits.
Yeah, this the warehouse, y'all. The warehouse.
So
Look, come on over here. Hold on. So keep up. Let's take a look at our audience. This our audience right here. We got maybe got a few people that come in, tune in.
Okay.
Yeah, AI.
you heard?
AI.
Y'all just follow you around.
Yeah, AI.
Y'all have a good day. Keep your head up. Say the last words, so we can get out of here.
Listen, man. Proper planning prevents poor performances, and those who fail to plan, they plan to fail. Let's stand up this time. We out.
Okay.
Yes.
What was the subject
What's
for
your next
today?
topic?
Let's talk
We'll
about
bring up one
the
more.
fruit and
I'll
disrespect.
talk about
At
what's going on over
Just
there.
Jackson.
What's going on
Fruit
over
is a
there?
son.
Got my man Clint Mo here.
Speak about pop.
Appreciate you showing up.
And everybody did it.
Right.
You know, a lot of them did it.
Got my man
Hey,
KP here.
awesome
Thanks for
topic.
showing up.
Awesome topic.
This is
Got my
friend.
sis right here. This big time right here. Got my sis. This big shit right here. Thanks for showing up, sis.
Alrighty.
Got my man Dave right here.
Walking on the golf.
Yo, we got RG in the house. Woo woo. Got my man Dave here. You heard me?
We just talking about playing.
Hey, this is what I do. Salute.
KB.